So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Yes, indeed, the witch is back. Good evening, everybody. A quarter of an hour late, as per usual. However, I am here, and apologies, I was in the middle of doing a reading on the other channel for the members, and unfortunately, I got into the reading, as can happen, and it was an important one that I really passionately felt that I needed to finish. So yeah, I hope you'll all forgive me, but again, if you want to see what that's all about, do please have a look into becoming a member of the channel. It really does help us out. It helps fund the stuff that I do here, and it helps in terms of you get access to the members onlys and things like that. So it is definitely something that is it is I think it's very good value at $2.99 a month. YouTube takes its 30% off the top of that, and then we donate 10% to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals in the UK. It's a charity that help with veterinary bills for people that are poorly, animals that are poorly for people that need it. And we also donate 10% to Fight Bladder Cancer, which is a bladder cancer charity here in the UK. After my bladder cancer came back, I had it 3 years ago, and it came back this summer. So I've had it treated again, and hopefully that'll be it. But the likelihood is it will be back again. So yeah, Fight Bladder Cancer and Bladder Cancer UK are the two UK charities that deal with bladder cancer specifically. So then, all of that being said, thank you very much for joining me on the stream today, everybody. I'm hoping that if you're here, it means you are interested in receiving a tarot reading, or at least finding out a bit more about what I do in terms of the tarots. And yeah, so let me just get this on-screen chat lined up and sorted. There we go. Oh, bear with. If you haven't been here before, I will tell you that the way I read tarot is quite different to other tarot readers. I tend to be a little bit blunt, a little bit on the tell it as it is side of things. I don't like all the fluffy nonsense, all of the you'll meet a tall dark stranger too. I don't like any of that malarkey. For me, the whole point is, if you're getting a tarot reading, it's because you want to know some answers and you want to know what is going on in your life. What is the point of me faffing around and giving you half doses? If the cards tell me a message, I will impart that to you as I'm giving it. And as I often say, it might not be the reading that you want, but it will definitely be the reading that you need. So do bear that in mind if you are asking for a question. How would you get a question on this channel? Dead simple. You wait until you hear this noise. That is our air horn. That tells you that a round is open. When that happens, go ahead and pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get picked at random by the keeper of the questions, one of our lovely moderators. I will then read for that person in a 3-card reading, and then we will open a round and start the process again. Now, you do have to put your question in every time we open a new round. Nothing rolls over from the previous one. So don't feel like if at 20 past 7 you put your question in, at 8:45 it will still be involved. It isn't. You'll have to keep typing it in every time we open a round. So what I suggest you do, after you've typed it in first, select and copy your question, and then just Control V, Control Alt V, delete, whatever the buttons are. You do that. Just paste it back in. There is one way you can jump the... oh, you couldn't hear the air horn. Oh. Okay. Give me 1 second. Right. Okay. I tell you what, I will press a button Bear with me. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll hit this magic video and then hopefully I can get that sorted. Right then, housekeeping. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Oh, sorry, I'm back. I'm here. So yes, hopefully that all makes sense. Right. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to get this playing through on the system. I don't know quite why it's not doing a thing. I don't think anything's happening there at all, is it? Not at all. Oh gosh, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that then. I don't know how this is going to work today. Oh my god, my hands aren't working. Great. The buttons aren't working, and now I've got absolutely no sound coming through at all. VB audio input. I now don't even have it in my headphones. Oh my gosh. Sorry everybody, just bear with me one moment. If I can't get this working, I'll just have to scream when it's time. What on earth? What on earth? Why does this keep happening? Queer things are happening to me. No, nothing's happening, is it? Nothing's playing anywhere anymore. Oh my lord, I don't know what is going on with this computer of mine. Okay, nothing is working. So in that case, we're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to wing it. Oh, you're hearing things. I've got nothing in my ear. Hang on. Okay, let me know then if you hear. Do you hear? Can you hear that now? Can you hear that now? I can't hear a thing. Bell's ringing. Right, I've got no sound playing at all at my end. So Okay, right. Well, this is going to be hell for me. So then, okie dokie. Right, for whatever reason, we've got some semblance of sound. Does the audio play on the videos? If I press this, hang on. If I press this video, does this work? Because if it does, we're going to open a round. In fact, Crystal Rose, yours will be the first reading.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading.
Could you hear the sound for that? Could you hear the sound for that? Did you hear the sound? Did that video start playing with sound? Because I can't hear a thing. I am completely deaf now. It did. Thank you, Crystal Rose. Right, okie dokie. So, Crystal Rose, what was your question, my darling? Pop it in the chat right now, and then I will absolutely do your reading first because I said that I would, because I promised. And then we will open up a round. Oh, good. You heard a bong noise and everything. What, like a... I'm trying to do a bong sound as in like the bong rather than the dong. But yes, I know, right? It's so rude. I'm so funny making adulty jokes about, you know, the gurgly water noise in a type of smoking device that people smoke nicotine from or something. Herbs. Right, Crystal Rose, I'm just waiting for your question. What will your week be like? You've got a funeral on Friday of a close friend. Then I can tell you without even doing your reading, my darling, Friday's going to be hell. Friday will be horrible, awful, terrible, all of those words. It absolutely will be. But let's see what the rest of the week might have in store for you, my darling. Wispy, good evening. Where's your... There we go. There's your skull, Wispy. There's your wee little skull. And I'll prop up, look, I'll prop Tarot Me, Lego Me next to you as well, Wispy. Here we go, look. Let's get rid of the lightsabery thing. Here you go. Are you on the camera? Yes, you are. There we go. There we go. Look after me, Wispy. I'm all fragile today. Oh. Stay there, me. Lego Me, stay put, Lisa. Thank you. Right, there we go. There's Lego Me just there. There you go. Look at everybody. Keep everybody in good spirits. I know, right? I might as well take these out of my ears, didn't I? Because it is horrible listening to my own voice being amplified by my skull. So if these aren't going to work, then I might as well just take them out. Right then. So tonight is going to be so difficult, mods. Right, Wispy, my friend, good evening to you. I'm going to trust that all the sounds play as they should. So then, Wispy, Crystal Rose would like to know, what will the week be like for her? She's got a funeral to go to on Friday, the funeral of a close friend. So what is the week going to be like? We're going to do it as a 3-card, and we'll do the where you are, what you need to know, and what the future opportunity or what's coming, if that makes sense. There we go. Lower to your drop. Oh. Right, just stay there. There we go. So then, where you are, what's going on in general for you? The 8 of Pentacles reversed. Everything's stopped. Everything has paused. All the rushing around at the moment has been paused. All of the got to hit those deadlines, burning the candle at both ends, go, 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 go. All of that is now stopped. It's all just come to a bit of a grinding halt. It kind of feels with this that like everything is still happening and there's still things that you need to do, but it's like, I don't know whether you're in grief mode at the moment or whether you're in shock or denial mode, but it almost feels like you've got off the merry-go-round. Do you know what I mean? It's like the world is still spinning and everything's still going, but you're a bit detached from it. It's almost like you've jumped out of that rat race feeling at the moment. It's like, yes, there's still things that need to be done, but you're going through the motions, which is triggering a Buffy the Vampire Slayer song in my brain. But it really does feel as if you are going through the motions at the moment a little bit, and you're sort of almost on autopilot. Does that make sense? And so the idea of the 8 is that we're heading towards the 9. We really want to get that, to get our reward. We want to get our victory moment in the sun. Do you know what I mean? We want that lovely, lovely joy moment, and it's sort of, it's almost like a lot is on pause for you at the moment. Let's have a look at what you need to know. Okay, the 10 of Cups reversed. Okay, you don't need a tarot reader, Crystal Rose, to tell you you are going to be, you're going to be grieving, sad and overwhelmed this week. The 10 upright is overflowing. Oh God, right, okay, Wispy, thank you. We can take the feelings off. So Wispy is it's giving sadness and grief, loss, all of those words, and none of them are big enough. I think you can't hide from the feelings. You can't run away from your feelings. This person meant a lot to you in life. Therefore, you are going to feel their absence as they've passed over. You are going to you are going to no longer, your program needs to be altered. Your operating system needs to be reset, right? It's going to feel immensely difficult. And all of the happiness that you can possibly feel will kind of be mirrored at the moment because of that loss. It's not going to stay that way. It's not going to stay that way. But for a lot of people, funerals are the start of healing, if that makes sense. These are the things that, this is the moment where we have to accept that person is gone, that their physical life has ended. We have to accept it because they literally are no longer with us. Either they've been cremated and their ashes are scattered, or they are in a burial plot somewhere, or perhaps even turned to compost with that way of dealing with bodies in some places. I know California does a lot of that. That loss is going to be profound. It really is. But it isn't going to overwhelm you. It's going to feel as if it's overwhelming. You're going to feel it intensely, but it isn't going to overwhelm you. And I think you just need to go with it. Whatever you feel this week, if this card is saying you're feeling a bit numb and a bit detached, don't expect on Friday for you to suddenly open, wake up in the morning, start eating your breakfast and then break down in floods of tears. It's not always that simple. It's not always that straightforward. It could be that you grieve in a very different way. It could be that you haven't stopped crying since you heard. Whatever happens, your feelings are valid and how you process them are valid, right? So if somebody says, oh, you haven't even cried, or you haven't stopped crying, whatever's going on, whichever end or wherever you're in the middle, how you handle it and how you get through it is your business, no one else's, right? It is going to feel overwhelming on the day. Just be aware of that, expect that going in, and then also know that that day will end and Saturday will start and it will be a different day and things will move forward. And unfortunately, life goes on for those of us that are left, and you will have to make peace with that and make sense of that in your own way. Okay? But this is going to feel utterly overwhelming. You're not going to drown in the emotions, but it's going to feel like you could. And then, okay, you've got the Six of Cups as the outcome, the potential. Lean on the people you care about. Lean on your community, your family, your circle, your coven, your group, your sisterhood, your brotherhood, your secret society of Martians, whatever it is that you are part of, whatever community you are part of, whatever family means for you, whatever your friendship group is, your circle, your inner circle, your sanctum sanctorum of Deb, whatever that is, whoever those people are, lean on them if you need to. Reach out to them. Tell them that you've had a loss if they don't already know. Even to the point of, calling and saying, look, I'm really, really feeling it right now. I'm probably not going to be much company, but do you fancy coming over and just watching a film with me, sitting on the sofa with me, eating dinner with me, whatever it is that you need to get through this next block of time, do it. Lean on that support network. Mutual friends, family members, all of that. Lean on your circle, right? Because the Six for me is about community. Cups is your emotions. This is upright. These two cards are reversed, so this is literally saying this is what will get you through this next block of time, whether it's a few days or a couple of months, a couple of weeks, a few hours, whatever it is. When you are struggling, lean on your support network. Lean on the people around you. Even if you feel that you don't have a support network, if you've got a friend that you haven't rung for a while, or if you've got a family member that you speak to but not very often, this is where you need to reach out. This is where you need to make those phone calls, send that text, and that will help get you through this. Okay, it will help get you through this, Crystal Rose. Sorry, I called you Deb, didn't I? That was because my brain went code Deb for the last reading. But yeah, that will get you through this, my darling. Whatever it is that you are feeling, try not to run away from the feelings. Try not to get drowned by them. But it's okay to have those feelings. And it's also okay if you're completely numb. That's also okay as well. It's a grief reaction. It's also okay to laugh. You can tell some incredibly dark jokes, some incredibly dark humour jokes. If you and your friend were like that and you had that sense of humour, it's part of the human condition. It's part of how we make sense of grief and how we make sense of life and the fact that everything ends. How we make sense of it is often in some very dark, twisted humour. If that is what you two shared, make those jokes, even if you're only making them to yourself. Maybe don't post them on Facebook, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, my darling, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. And the thing is, it has to be. And it should be. Because if this person meant a lot to you, they were a close friend. If it was a close friend, then obviously you're going to feel that loss. Whether you're completely numb or whether you are, you know, wailing, beating your chest, wailing in the streets, whatever that grief looks like for you, of course you are going to feel their loss because it was somebody you cared about. This isn't a person on the news where it says somebody you don't know in a town you've never heard of passed away today, and you go, oh, that's sad for their family and loved ones. You don't get emotionally attached to that. It doesn't emotionally affect you. If it said Joe Bloggs in a town many miles away from you passed away today, and they, you know, known as Joe Bloggs, but they actually used the name Rose Crystal, and they were, you know, a singer in the local jazz bars. You like jazz. Your name's Crystal Rose, their name's Rose Crystal. You might go, oh, that's sad, because you share a little moment of similarity, familiarity, a little bit of kindred spirit, kindred interest. But you don't go, oh my God, right? We do that, we beat our chest, we feel the pain, we suffer all of that for people we care about. People we don't care about and haven't touched our lives. We recognise that it's sad for the people in their life that they've left behind, and sad for them that their journey has ended, but we don't feel those emotions ourselves. We don't feel that in the same way. Okay, so whatever you're feeling this week, however you are feeling, that's valid. Totally valid. If you don't feel anything and you are completely numb, it's totally valid. Whatever it is that you need to get through this next week, my darling, and this next couple of weeks, this next couple of months, whatever it is, the grief process can be incredibly difficult to go through, can be incredibly hard, and it's the biggest cliche in the whole world. And I wish there was something else I could say that isn't this, but time does soften it. I don't know that time heals all wounds, but time does soften it. And you learn to grow an emotional scar over that wound. It'll always be there. I've lost some incredible friends in my life, and all of my family, pretty much. I've snuffed it. I've got literally, of my immediate family, I've got one cousin, a sibling, and their 2 kids, and that's it. Everybody else in my family is passed. I've got extended family. Everybody else, and the extended family, I am in touch with a few of them, and you know, I care very passionately for them. But you know, I felt that loss with each and every one of them, and I have those emotional scars to show it. I'm a bit like a piece of Swiss cheese with a little bit of American cheddar burger cheese put on top and then melted to cover the holes. That's kind of how it feels sometimes. You'll get through this. All right, my darling. Listen, I wish you nothing but the very best. You know where we are on Sundays, and you know where we are in terms of on the other channel on Wednesdays and also on Sundays. So if you feel that you need to pop in, then absolutely, you know, pop in the chat and just sit and lurk, say hi, and you know, whatever. But yeah, hopefully, my darling, you've shared some good times with that person. Remember those. Honor that person's memory. If you used to get drunk together, have a few drinks. Don't drive, have a few drinks. If you used to, I don't know, play pool together, then go to the local pool hall and pot some balls. Don't know much about sports, but you know what I mean. If you used to drive in the countryside together, then go for a little drive in the countryside. Just whatever you do, be safe. Remember the person, that they were a close friend that touched your heart for a reason, right? Honor that reason, And I'm going to leave you with that, my darling. I hope very much that you have a bearable week. And yeah, thank you very much for asking your question. Of course, thank you for being a member, Crystal Rose. It really does mean a lot to me. And I hope you are okay. And if your friend was anything like one of my friends who would always laugh in funerals at the most inappropriate times, then if you feel that you need to laugh, have a giggle, take the piss. I hope that helps. Right then. I'm going to magically wave the magic wand and say thank you very much for being here this evening, everybody. If you haven't done already, please do hit the thumbs up button, right? I know I talk about it. YouTubers talk about it all the time. Do you know what it does? It shows YouTube that you are engaging and you are interacting with the channel. And YouTube then thinks, oh, this person's liked it. I wonder if somebody else might like it. And it encourages other people to find the channel. Also, there's a new thing called hype. Apparently you can hype 3 videos a week. I would be very honoured and touched if you were to hype one of my videos. The witch casket video that went up could be hyped. I don't know what it means. It's a thing. It's like another thing for you to do to improve engagement or something. We've also got top fans talking about how many people are interacting and chatting on this channel. So today's top fans, in the number 1 position is Melinda Brown. In the number 2 position is Aesthetic Delta. And bringing up the 3rd slot is Patricia. Don't know what any of that means. Don't know if you've all been chatting a lot. But yes, thank you very much, all of you, for being our top fans today. Woohoo! Hang on. Have I got a button? Have I got... Yay! Top fans! Yay! Well done for the top fans. I hope that means something. Not quite sure. But yes. Yes. I hope that makes sense. Right then, everybody. Shall we move on with another tarot reading? I feel like we should. And hopefully you will absolutely be able to hear the sound on this here video. So where do we go to? We went to Stonehenge last time, which is one of my favorite places on earth. It really is. I absolutely adore it. I find such a spiritual connection. I haven't been since the new visitor centres opened, but yeah. And this is also somewhere that I like to go and hang out. In fact, those of you that are old enough may well remember me, because back in the 80s I was very famous. I was a very famous model doing television work, and where this is filmed we actually shot a shampoo commercial. But it's true, absolutely true, this, where I was stood in this exact spot, well, a few feet forward from where the camera was when I filmed this one, right? A few feet forward, I shampooed my hair wearing nothing but a small costume for modesty. So yes, if you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your parents or grandparents, because in the 80s, this was all the rage for selling a shampoo commercial. And I was a very popular model back then, very popular, very fetching, lovely, lovely model. That was me back then doing this.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Absolutely. Go ahead, put your question in the live chat. The round is open. So then, everybody, did you get what I was doing? Was it a Timotei advert or a Herbal Essence advert? You know, the one where I was in the waterfall and I was washing my hair in the waterfall like this. Please don't do that. Please don't go to wonderful, amazing beauty spots untouched by modern man, and where nature is just doing the most amazingly wonderful things. Please don't go to that amazing, wonderful piece of nature and pollute the water with shampoo and conditioner. The fish won't like you for it. They won't. honestly. But I think it was Timotei. Yes, I think it was Timotei. I was the model for that, definitely. I was definitely the model for that. Yes, don't go back and watch it. Take my word for it, honestly. I was the model. Yes, when I was a bit thinner. Yes, I was absolutely, genuinely, I was the model. Well, when I say genuinely, I felt like the model when I was having a shower the next morning after watching the advert the night before, if that makes sense. I felt like the model. I actually wasn't the model because she was older than me, but I felt like it. So it's the same. It's the same. Right then, keeper of the questions, who have we got for the next tarot reading? You didn't have it in the States. You did have a waterfall with some relatively busty blonde woman. I know she was a skinny blonde. I was a skinny blonde back then. I've dyed my hair since. Where she was basically washing her hair in slow motion like this. It was filmed from behind with the water from the waterfall like cascading across her, and you had all of these bubbles. No shampoo bottle has ever provided that many bubbles. I think they probably used like washing detergent you put in your washing machine. I think that's how they got it. But loads of bubbles, and it was all about, look how healthy we are, look how wonderful it is, oh, isn't this lovely, oh, clean hair, lovely. What you don't see is afterwards, when she's got out the bloody waterfall shower, all the dead fish floating on the top because they've been poisoned by the shampoo. Yeah, so it wasn't me. I felt like her though every time I washed my hair after that using a Timotei. Yeah, not Timothée Chalamet. That's somebody. That's an actor. Timotei. I think is it spelled? I don't know whether that's the right spelling. It doesn't look right, but it could be. I always thought it had an E in it. But anyway, yes, Timotei. Anyway, keeper of the questions. Who have we got for the next doodah? Who have we got for the next doodah, keeper of the questions? Oh, wise sage one. Wise. You know what wise is? Wise is when you are so wise and sage that the words combine. I know, it's a portmanteau word. Portmanteau. Port and lemonade word. It is. I'm just waiting for confirmation of who we've got, and then I will do the next person's reading. I was waiting for whoever. Keeper of the questions. Anybody? Hello? Anybody? No. Dust. Anybody? No. Dust. Anybody? No. Dust. Anybody? No. Dust. Have a look on YouTube. It's probably on YouTube. TIMOTAI or EI or IE or something like that. Have a look, see. Right, I think there might be an issue with the mods on the mod chat, so I will have a look and I will go with the first person I see that wrote the word question. We have, hang on, this one. Shika Mahal. Hello, my darling. Am I ready for love, or am I expected to meet someone soon? Okie dokie. Oh, look. That must have been Kismet. The keeper of the questions just put the name Shika in the chat. So there you go, you see. They're slightly behind on the YouTubes. There is a slight delay on the actual stream. So yes, there you go, you see. As if by magic we picked the same person. Must be fate, Shika. So then, Shika Magol, if you are not Shika Magol, please select and copy your question. Get ready to post it the next time you hear the wah, 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 wah sound. Okay, so it is the weirdest sensation of having zero sound here. But we are going to do Shika's reading. So we cleanse the space using the vibrations of the bell, and we bring in Wispy with the chimes. Lovely chimes, wind chimes. Good evening, Wispy, again, my friend. I can't hear you, but I trust that you are here. I trust in the ever lovely Wispy. If you don't know what Wispy is, by the way, I know we talk about him every stream. Wispy is a dragon. Yeah, genuinely, I know, I haven't gone mad. I don't physically see the dragon. He is an egregore, or is he a servitor, or is he a thought form? Who can say? Well, I'll tell you what, me and Neil can say. There's a whole podcast episode dedicated to my dragons, what they are, why they're there, how I created them, and how they hived off of the first dragon. So if you want to know all about that, the link to that is in the live chat now, and it's also always linked down in the description box if you want to find out what the hell I'm talking about when we talk about my dragons or Wispy, any of the above. Right then, so then, Shika, let's have a look, my friend. Are you ready for love? Are you ready? Are you ready for love? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. Are you expected to meet anyone soon? Wispy, that's what we want to know. A love reading, please, for Shika Mahal. Are they ready for love? Is somebody coming soon? Are they going to meet someone soon? Let's have a look. Here we go. So, the Knight of Wands coming in with lovely Alice. And the Two of Wands in what you need to know. Okay, that's reversed. And the Three of Swords. Not soon, my darling. Not soon. Now, the caveat for this, listen, don't get too disheartened. The caveat for this is that I only see a little bit into the future, right? There's only a little bit, only a couple of months maximum that I read for. So it may well be that this isn't on the cards for the end of this year. You might have other things to do this year. There might be other journeys for you to go on and finish up and tasks you need to complete. All of that, right? Because it doesn't say that there's anything coming this year. But that doesn't mean we're only a spitting distance away from January. Before you know it, you'll blink twice and it'll be February. Do you know what I mean? It's on its way. Don't get too disheartened. But the cards are saying, in the way you are right now, this is the Knight of Wands. Wands is all about your sense of security, your sense of self, your self-confidence, your self-control, your self-love, all of those lovely things, right? All of that. The Knights are quite rebellious. They're quite sure of themselves. The Knight of Wands, they're quite confident, can be a bit arrogant at times, can be a bit outgoing, but it's genuinely a card of somebody who isn't afraid of talking to people or meeting people or having those sort of conversations, right? It's somebody who doesn't feel unworthy. Does that make sense, right? So the Knight of Wands is somebody you might think first, act first and think later. So you might come off as a little bit quick to make those decisions in life. But generally speaking, of all the knights in the deck, the Knight of Wands is probably the one that is the most acceptable in society. Does that make sense? It's the one that is the most the least knight-like, right? The least teenage-like. Because you know what teenagers are like, right? They don't think about the consequences of their actions. No, you can't have a party because if you have a party, Grandma's vase is going to get broken. Well, they have a party anyway. Grandma's vase gets broken and then, you know, hijinks ensue because Grandma's ashes fall all over the floor. Turns out it wasn't a vase, it was an urn. Nobody had told the kid, and then here comes a comedy movie for the ages. Do you know what I mean? Possibly starring, or maybe not, John Candy. Do you know what I mean? 1980s, there. However, the knights are the ones that jump in with both feet. So this card is just saying, before you do all of that, you do need to just be aware, right? Be aware. Be confident. Don't be too confident. Don't be arrogant. But just be aware of what it is that you're looking for. Because the Two of Wands is what you need to know. This is, if this was this way up, right? Then it would be a much more positive card. Twos are about couples, people coming together, friendships, lovers, all of that. That strong connection. Wands again is confidence. So this will be saying there's a really strong connection bond. There's something here that could be growing into something. Blah de blah de blah. This is reversed. I think, I don't know whether there might be a friend that you've got a little bit of an interest in, or that you think might have an interest in you. This card is saying that there's not much spark there, right? And it's also a reminder not to get disheartened if somebody doesn't feel the way about you that you feel about them, right? So if you've got somebody in your life that you are thinking, oh, do I like this person or do I like this person? Are they a friend or are they a friend? You know what I mean? Is this somebody who is going to be in my life or somebody's going to be in my bed? Do you know what I mean? If there's somebody around that fits that sort of loose criteria, this card is saying probably they aren't having those thoughts about you. And that is going to be tough to hear, right? Tough to hear. If there is somebody that you are thinking about, it's probably not that way returned. And again, it could be, because both of these are wands cards, it could be that you're misinterpreting or seeing something that's not there. Or it could be, if there isn't somebody you're having those sort of thoughts about, there may well be someone coming in that you might think, oh, I could have a relationship with this person seems really lovely, blah blah blah, and it's that the cards are picking up on, right? So just be careful you don't jump in with both feet. What I would say is be careful about saying to a friend, if there's someone you've kind of known for a while and you kind of got that the feelings have crossed over into potentially romantic, maybe this card is saying don't buy them a dozen roses and a bottle of champagne and a box of chocolates this week. Maybe don't do that. Maybe this isn't the moment for a big romantic gesture and saying, oh my gosh, do you know what? I've secretly loved you all of these years. Here is my heart. Here is the ring. I've booked the church. Let's go and get married right now and come away with me. Maybe don't do that. Because chances are they probably don't feel that way back. Which will lead to the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak card. It's the loneliness, it's the heartbreak, it's the sorrow card. But do you know about the threes? Especially this card with that heart. It can be repaired. The three is not the end of your journey. The three is at the beginning of your journey. So even if this is something that you think, oh my God, but I really fancied so-and-so, and I was hoping so-and-so would be the one, and I was hoping I'd be ready. If this reading is now making you think, oh, actually, do you know what? Maybe I'm not. Maybe this isn't the person for me. Maybe I need to give it a bit more time. Maybe I need to think a bit more carefully. Don't get too heartbroken about it. Patricia, who is one of our moderators on this channel, is an incredibly wise and sage person, right? She says, she has a line that says, what is meant for you won't bypass you. What that means is, if this person, or if someone that's in your life now was meant to be a romantic partner for you, then that will happen. Right? It will happen. If that person was meant to be your lobster, meant to be your human, meant to be your special someone, then it will happen. And if you don't meet now, I've told the story on this channel, I don't know whether you were here before, but me and my partner, we could have met at various points in our life. We're from very different places. He moved to the city I was born and lived in, but he moved there a few years after I'd moved out. It just so happens that he used to go drinking in the same nightclub that I used to work at. And he used to go drinking in the same pub that I used to work at. It gets worse because his best friend turned out to be the brother of somebody I went to school with. He knew my childhood home. He knew where that was. He knew literally the street. Because our lives were entwined like this, but we just hadn't met, because what was meant for us wouldn't pass us by, and it wasn't the time for us to meet. We weren't in the right place. So we could have met many, many, many times. We just weren't in the right place in our lives. And it wasn't until all of those events in the universe took place and I moved away, I moved up to where I am now, I moved away, I came back. He used to drink in one of the bars that I used to work at in Leeds, where I am now. So we could have met then, but I'd already moved away. So this pattern kept happening, and then slowly it got to the point where the distances and gaps between us went like this and went like that and went like this, and then we connected. And we've been together 10 years last week. It wasn't the right time for us. All of those times previously that we could have met, all of those times previously that we could have, you know, seen each other and got to know each other and all of that, if that had happened at any time other than when it did, we would not have been interested in each other. We would not have thought about each other in that way. We were not in a position in our lives to even contemplate relationships like that. And the bizarrest of things, by a series of very strange events that all had to take place in the right moment, like a chain of dominoes, every single piece had to be lined up exactly right for it to knock the next one over. When that eventually happened and all those dominoes fell into place and we met, literally within a couple of months we were starting to see each other. And now he's stuck with me forever. Do you know what I mean? So what is meant for you will not pass you by, my darling. This heartbreak card is only temporary. My other deck that you've seen me use on here before has these wounds being stitched back up and they heal. Even in real life these days, you can get stabbed in the heart. Doctors can, you know, if that ever happens, keep the blade in. Doctors can take it out, patch it back up, stitch it back up, and you can be back on your way within a couple of weeks now. Do you know what I mean? In reality, let alone in our emotional life. So, my darling, I don't think it's going to happen soon, but I do think, as I say, next year onwards, it feels like things are going to change. You might have to go through a little bit of sadness and heartache first before you're ready. Does that make sense? I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. But honestly, as Patricia always says, what is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you will come for you. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in like, ooh, it's a spooky wolf. Genuinely, if a relationship is on the cards for you, that person, you will meet your person when it is the right time and you're both in the right place for that connection to be meaningful. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really do. Thank you ever so much for your question. And yeah, thank you very much for being here today and subscribing. Right then, everybody, we're going to start another round very, 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 very soon. Thank you, everybody that is coming in. We are here for just under another hour. We'll be finishing in 53 minutes time, whatever that time is where you are in the world. So here in the UK, it's 9 p.m. UK time, which is standard time now, Greenwich Mean Time. It's not summertime anymore because the clocks went back. So then I have said before the stream today, I did a live stream for our members, and that happens each and every Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time. And also, we do a monthly Friday night natter. Now, the last one we had was actually with a friend of mine, Neil, was on the stream with me, and it was a lovely chat. Only 3 hours this time for the live stream. The last time we did it, it was nearly 4.5. So yeah, it was quite a quick chat this week. But if you would be interested in joining us for the members only, where things are a little bit more relaxed and there's much more freedom to ask for readings and things like that, because we haven't got so many people, and to be part of helping the channel and donating to charity as well, because 10% of what I get when YouTube takes its cut off the top, 10% of whatever's left goes for the PDSA, the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals here in the UK, that help animals in need of veterinary care. And 10% also goes to one of the bladder cancer charities here in the UK, who helped me with my ongoing battle with bladder cancer. So yes, thank you very much for those of you that are in fact members.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
Yes, indeed. Huge thank yous to all of the members on the channel. I from the bottom of my heart, I really do mean it. We have an amazing community here. The moderators are some of the best human beings on this planet. I would say on this planet any time in the whole history. I know, right? I know you're thinking Dalai Lama, yeah, Marie Curie. I know you're thinking Einstein, all of these great, Isaac Newton, all of these great big. No, my moderating team are better than all of those. All of them. All of them combined. My mods are better. Anyway, right then, shall we have another round? I believe it is time. Let's do it. I know, right? I always think with that, we're about to go clubbing, the beat's about to kick in, the DJ's about to drop a sick beat. Do the young people still say that? Drop a sick beat. Is that still what they say? I'm dabbing because I'm down with the young people. Anyway, pop your question in the live chat. What is happening? I've lost the plot. Put your question in the live chat starting with the word question. One of those will get selected at random. I think I need to go and look at the sky.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed, do ask one of the mods. If you don't know who the mods are, their name is in blue in the chat. Okay, and as if that wasn't enough, they've got a little spanner wrenchy thing next to their names, right? That's how you can tell who the moderators are on not just my channel, but anyone's channel. If you always see the people in the chat with the blue name, they are the mods. The people that have got the little coffee cups next to their name, those are our channel members. Do excuse me. Right then, so Dormouse has been selected by the keeper of the questions. Dormouse. Oh, I can see your question right there. Look, there we go. Dormouse. Email me, Dormouse, a photo so I can put you into Slimland for free. Thank you very much. Thank you. Question. So much has changed in life. What do the cards feel I need to hear? Ooh. The sky outside is pitch black and pelting rain. Is it? It's not raining here. So there you go. It's not raining here. So then, my darling, let's have a look for you. Right then, I will... why is that? Do you know, I swear this computer has actual gremlins inside of it. Because the doodah, this little comment down here, is that coming up there? No. The question, it changes position down there. This here, it changes. It moves. It's really annoying. But anyway, right. So, Dormouse. Question for Dormouse. Let's have a look. Oh, the Empress did ask me the other day, Dormouse, what your initials stand for. And I said, I don't know. You'd have to ask her. So, yes. There we go. Right then. So, let's have a wee look. Dormouse is wanting a question with speed. And the question is, so much has changed in life recently. What do the cards feel that Dormouse needs to hear? That's multiples. That doesn't count as a clarifying. So what is it, universe? What is it, Akashic Records? What is it that you would like Dormouse to hear? What does Dormouse need to know? Let me just check that none of them fell on the floor. No, they didn't, but a bag did. No, they didn't. I have none of them on the floor. By the way, everybody, this is a Agatha All Along tarot deck from the Marvel series, Agatha All Along, featuring the lead character, Agatha. And she was in every episode. You could say she was in it all along. I know, right? I know, right? Don't you dare send a picture of a mouse. They don't do mices in Legos. They only do rats. And I'm not putting you in as a rat. I'm sorry. I refuse. I know, right? People are probably thinking, oh my God, what on earth are you talking about? Right then, Wispy, Dormouse. What have we got for Dormouse? What information? What great, big, important, life-changing things do we have for Dormouse today? What do you feel that Dormouse needs to hear right now? So we'll do the standard 3. I need one of those things, you know, you get in banks where they've got the little sponge and I know they probably don't have them anymore because it's all plastic notes, isn't it? But you know the ones they used to have for you to count the money out. I need one of those for the cards because I'm forever licking my fingers. Right then, so where you are right now, my darling. Oh, the Ace of Cups, but it is reversed. So Ace is a new start, Cups is emotions. This is a start of a new something, but it feels like you've kind of been backed into starting something. Does that make sense? Like, this isn't necessarily by choice. 5 of Swords coming up again, also reversed in what you need to know. There is... Okay, Wispy. Thank you. This is... It's time to stop looking back. Navel gazing, 2020 hindsight, all of these things, this is not where you need to, this is not moving you forward. Okay, I'll come on to it. Wispy just data dropped. Right, okay, so this card, hang on a second, we have to transition over to this screen. This card does not mean what it says on the tin. And I know you know that. But for everybody watching, there is no Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, Old Scratch, Old Nick, whatever, in tarot. This is a card that represents materialism. It represents unbreakable bonds. It represents contracts and details being the devil in the details, right? This is not about some Christian thing of going to hell and, you know, because you said something nasty once under your breath, or you what are the sins because you stole a loaf of bread when you were starving hungry, right? This is not any of that BS. The devil is literally just the name of a card, and it's talking about materialism. It's talking about putting our physical self above our spiritual self. So if you look at the pentacle, do I have one? Yes, of course I do. Right, so I don't really can see this. Hang on, it is attached. It is attached. There we go. So we've got a pentacle, right? This is not an evil symbol by any way, shape or form. In witchcraft, this represents the 5 what's it called? Elements. So we've got earth, air, fire and water are the ones down here. This top one is spirit, right? So this way up, it talks about putting our spiritual self above our physical self. So this is the one where you go, I am seeking enlightenment. I am becoming my higher self. That would be this way up. If it's this way up, so you've got 1 point at the bottom, it means that we are putting our physical needs first. This could be because of an illness. This could be because of health complications. This could be because of, I don't know, it could be sexy adult times needs. It could be hunger. It could be a whole massive cascade of things, right? It's literally about putting our physical needs above our spiritual needs. That can be a temporary thing. It can be a permanent thing. It isn't a bad thing if we have to put our physical needs first. So when we're coming back to the devil card, the devil is talking about putting our physical needs above our spiritual, putting our earthly needs our earthly needs first. The devil is in the details. The devil is in the devil is how we are seen if we have to put ourselves first. We're often called selfish. We're actually in self-preservation, but people see it as being selfish, right? So that is what the devil represents. So then, I know you know all of that, Dormouse, but for those of you that are new to tarot or new on the channel. So then, let's read this together. So the Ace of Cups. There is definitely something here that you are starting. There is definitely something here that you are looking at, if that makes sense. That you are emotionally, it feels like this is a chapter, right? An emotional chapter, an emotion. Hang on, I'm not crying. Hang on. Sorry, it's something in my throat. 1 second. An emotional part of your life that doesn't feel as if it's like happy, joy emotions. This feels like it's the more negative, quote unquote, because I don't believe any emotion is negative. It's just responses to how life is. But it's those sadness, loneliness, grief, even anger. It's those feelings, right? And it's saying that it's almost like you're in a phase of your life right now that feels very different for you, possibly feels alien for you because of those negative emotions, right? So that is kind of, and I say negative, I don't believe any emotion is negative, but you know what I mean, those less than ideal emotional states. This isn't all about happiness, but then life never is. And so it's like you didn't want this to start, you didn't want this to be where you are, but you're kind of stuck with it and you've just got to muddle through it. The Five of Swords in what you need to know, as I say, if it's this way up, it's talking about stopping, assessing, looking at where you've got, looking at how you got here, all of that. When it's reversed, it's almost like, especially coming after this ace, it's almost like saying it doesn't matter how you got here. Here you are. You can't change it. There's no, it doesn't matter whether, let's say you're in the car going to an important event. And you get to that event an hour late. But on the way, 2 roads were closed. The motorway bridge had fallen over. I don't know. There was unexplained traffic because one of those lorry things that transport fully made homes was zipping down the motorway ahead of you at 3 miles an hour. So you had to wait behind that for 3 miles, whatever it was, right? All of these things were happening. It was blowing a gale and there was icy roads, so you couldn't put your foot down. All of these things happened. Could you have avoided any of those? Possibly. When you get to that event, you say, oh, I'm really sorry, this happened and there was so many delays, but you know, I didn't want to miss it, but I'm here now, and I rang you en route to let you know I was going to be late, but here I am, you know, sorry for the delay. Absolutely 100%. There's no point looking back and thinking, what if we had taken junction 14 actually, and instead of going directly down the motorway, if we'd gone via the B57 and then gone down there via the A419, and then if we turned and we'd gone via the flyover on and then over that big bridge, if we'd gone that route, then it would have been longer, but we might have avoided. It doesn't matter. You haven't taken that route. Your life didn't go that way. You are where you are. sitting there and analysing, oh, next time I want to go this way, that way. No, there isn't a next time. That was an event. It happened. There's no point spending a lot of time analysing how you got to where you are. By all means, look at it. Look back at that and go, oh, maybe, do you know what? Do you know what would have been useful? Instead of using my sat-nav in the car, that's 3 years out of date, maybe if I'd used Google Maps on my phone, it would have been up to date and could have told me there was a road closure and I could have put a divert in place. Next time, that's what I'll do. But don't then sit there and beat yourself up about the fact that you didn't change, 2 years ago you could have updated the sat-nav and you didn't. And last Friday you thought, oh, should I update the sat-nav? Oh, no, it's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter. You got to where you are. You're there now. Let's deal with it. That's what these cards are saying, right? Might not be ideal. Might not be the most emotional, happy, joy time. But you're there. This is where you are. This is what's happening. Stop navel gazing. Stop looking back in anger. No, stop looking at how you arrived where you are. Largely, it doesn't matter. If there are lessons you can learn them, but don't get stuck in the what if and what I coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, maybe. There's no point. Absolutely no point, my darling. You're there. Deal with where you are now and move on from there. Try not to repeat the same mistakes. But at the end of the day, there's no point keeping yourself in a feedback loop of just looking over and over and over again at the same things, because you're not going to move forward if that's all you're doing. And then where the devil comes in the potential outcome, I think this is really, really, really saying about whatever this is in relation to, right? Whatever this is for this year ahead, you need to put your needs first. You need to have this. Oh, hang on, Wispy, what's this? What's this about contracts? Have you got into something that you think you can't get out of? Because whatever this is, wherever you are, whatever this is related to, Dormouse, it's not set in stone. You're not locked in. You are not chained to each other, to a great big bloody cement boulder or rock in hell. You are not locked into this. Whatever this is, right? You are not in an unbreakable bond. You have not pledged your soul. You have not... you are not chained together for all eternity. This is not where you are right now. You have a way out. This devil card is not... If it was upright, then it's kind of like you made your bed, you got to lie in it. But no, you don't. You haven't. You don't have to lie in your bed. You haven't made it. You haven't got these... If you can see here, these chains. I know it's difficult to see on here, right? You are not absolutely locked in and tied in and permanently attached or trapped in this situation. You can choose to move on. How you do that is the important thing. How you move forward is the important thing. Not looking back is the key thing here. But you are not locked into this cycle. You are not stuck. You are not bound by this. You can move forward. You absolutely can move on. You can move forward. Right? This is not your destiny. If something in your life isn't good, when you talk about this change, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's a good change. So you are not you don't have to stay in this place. Emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever that is, you do not have to stay where you are. You are not chained here for all eternity. You can move on. You can break free, right? Wispy, I'm going to pull a fourth card. How how do we move forward? If this is hitting for Dormouse, how do we move forward? How do we get out of the devil's grasp, this idea of being locked into something? How do we offend that timeshare or whatever that contract is, or whatever this is in relation to? How do we get ourselves out of it? We're just going to pull the top card, Wispy. So okay, I wasn't expecting that. Are we saying that you get out of it by breaking your heart? That doesn't feel right. Wispy, what is this card? Why have we got the heartbreak card? Oh, oh! You're not feeling it. Oh. Okay. Wispy, Dormouse, you've got to go through it. You've got to see the things. You're not stuck here, but you've got to feel the things and move forward from them. You can't avoid the pain. You can't avoid this emotional pain, my darling. It's not something that you can skirt around. Whatever this is in relation to, you've got to just kind of face it and feel it. You won't get stuck there because the devil's reversed. You will not get stuck. If you open the emotions, if you feel the feels, you are not going to wallow in them. You're not going to drown. It's okay to feel them and to move on from them. You aren't going to get stuck there. It's okay to feel loss or sadness or heartache, grief, whatever that looks like for you, whatever this is in relation to. It's okay to feel that and to let those feelings in. It won't wash you away. It won't drown you. It won't overwhelm you. It might feel really, really tough, but you won't get stuck in that place. Honestly, my darling, this is saying how you let go of this is by feeling it anyway. And allowing yourself to work through that process, whatever that is. If it's a relationship that's ended, you've got to grieve for that relationship. If it's somebody that's passed over, you've got to feel and grieve for that person. If it's the loss of a job, you've got to grieve that job. Whatever it is that this is in relation to, whatever it is that has changed in your life this year, for the worse, you've got to feel it and process it. You can't avoid the feelings of this, right? Because that is what is causing this blockage. That is why this card is here. Because it's almost like you started this emotional downshift, if you like, and having these more challenging emotions. But if you're not processing them and feeling them and allowing them to kind of do what they're supposed to do. I said earlier to someone, I can't remember who it was because I don't remember readings, but I said about feeling the loss and grieving and allowing yourself to go through that and working through that process. This is a similar thing. It's like whatever this is in relation to, it's like you've put those emotions in a shoebox. You just put them in the bottom of the closet of your wardrobe, and you've just put some other shoes on top and a handbag on top, and then this is your big winter coat. You're just going to shove that over the top because you can't see it. They're still there. They need processing. You've just avoided it. Eventually you've got to process it. Otherwise, what happens is that those emotions will start becoming something else. And then that's where dis-ease comes from. That's when, instead of it being sadness or grief or loss or whatever this is, it will turn into depression and anxiety and, you know, PTSD or whatever it is. The reason those events happen is because we don't allow ourselves to process what happens in our lives. And that leads to those items in the shoebox mutating and growing and developing in very odd ways. I know I'm using so many mixed metaphors. What time is it? I'm using so many mixed metaphors, but whatever this is, you can't escape your feelings. You aren't going to get trapped in them. You are able to feel the emotions, process the emotions, and come out the other side. And I think whatever this is, my darling, that is what you absolutely need to do. You need to be able to accepting that shit happens in our lives and we have those negative emotions and it's part of life, and accepting that it's okay to feel sad or to grieve or to feel pain or loss or whatever it is. It's okay to have those emotional reactions. It's okay to process and work through them. We've got to do that. It's how we move on. It's how we process. It's how we start new chapters. And it might be that you don't want to let someone go. And you're feeling, whether that's a person that's still here or passed over or someone that's chosen no contact, whatever it is, right? You have to process the emotions of that to allow yourself to move on from it. It isn't kind of betraying their memory or betraying the relationship or betraying their trust or whatever else if you move forward. It's a bit like during wars when people are missing, presumed dead. The families have to eventually move on. And then 20 years down the line, if that soldier is returned and is actually alive and they had amnesia or whatever happens in all those type of films, it's okay for the family that were left behind, for the husband, the wife, the partner, the parents, whatever it is. It's okay for those people to have moved on, had that person declared dead, and to have remarried or, you know, moved cities or whatever the hell it is. It's okay, because that's how we process life. And I don't think that's what this is, but whatever it is that you've got going on, don't abdicate your feelings to avoid feeling them, because that's how we move on, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, Dormouse. I really, really do. Listen, whatever this is, it feels very big, but you might think it's too big for a little Dormouse to feel. It isn't, because you're bloody fierce. You really, really are. I think you are an incredibly wonderful human being, my darling. And whatever this is that you're going through, it's okay to feel it, process it, and eventually, when the time is right, to move on from it. I hope that helps, my darling. Right, let's have a look in the chat. Let's do that one and this one. I always hit the nail on the head. Do I? I don't know what that is. Hi Rita. Hello, my darling. Hang on. Let me go back up. I was going to say to put you in as a ratty tatty rat. Nope. Wow, on the looking back, this is a start of a period until April of so many close deaths. Ah. What? Until April? What? No, from April. Right, okay. Okay. Yeah, don't look back. You're not going that way. Absolutely. This year it feels as if this period has come too soon. I have not built up my reserves as I usually would have. I am tired. That's okay. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be dealing with grief and stuff. It's okay to rest. Sometimes we have to rest. Oxygen masks, aeroplanes. You have to put your mask on first so you can help others. You have to say no, as Patricia said there. You have to learn to say, I would love to help, and normally I would, but today I'm not feeling particularly well, or today I am out of spoons, or today I am too tired, too poorly, too ill. Today I need a recovery day, unfortunately. I can be there next week, but unfortunately I'm not available today or tomorrow. Because if you burn out, what are those people going to do then? You are not responsible for someone else's needs. Not even Grumpy's. You are allowed to need recharge days. You are allowed. I am probably, tomorrow we've got to go for a physiotherapy appointment for Rufus's neck after his surgery, and after that I will probably crash on the sofa and have a narcoleptic collapse and be unconscious for most of the evening, because we've been on the go all day today, and that is okay. I will feel guilty about it because Rufus has also been on the go all day, and while I've been streaming for the last 3 hours, he's been making dinner or making the vegetables to go with our dinner because we'd already cooked it. But it is okay for me tomorrow to need to take some recovery time, because I've got no choice. Same with you, my darling. People might rely on you. If you burn the candle at both ends and you burn out, then what are they all going to do? It's better for you to say to them, look, I need a day. Unfortunately, I'm not available on Wednesdays moving forward, or I'm not available on Fridays, or I'm only available between 11 a.m. and 3 a.m. 4 days a week. It's okay for you to put those boundaries in place. In fact, it's bloody necessary for you to do that. Otherwise, you will burn out, and then you'll be neither use nor ornament, as my nan used to say. And then those people are going to be doubly stuck. Do you know what I mean? When I was running the support group, I hit burnout. Unfortunately, COVID came along and wiped us out of all of our financial reserves. We didn't earn any money through prides and everything else. It was a horrendous period of time. I was emotionally burnt out. I was financially destroyed because I kept trying to put my own money in to do things. And whatever else that I could give, I'd given. And eventually, when it came time for me to step back, I was so exhausted that when nobody else in that organization was willing to stand up and take it over, I had no choice but to say, do you know what? I am sorry that this is going to impact other people, but I cannot keep going. I've done this for X number of years. I am absolutely on my very last nerve. And then COVID hit, or COVID had hit, and then COVID got worse, and we both got poorly, and blah, blah, blah. But I had to give that up, and to this day I feel guilty about it. To this day I feel that, I let loads of people down, but nobody was willing to stand up and take some of that burden off me. Nobody. Me and Rufus were literally walking corpses. Nobody else was willing to take on that poison chalice. And so there was no other option. I had to give it up and let it go. And this is the thing here with you, my darling. If nobody is willing to give you the time to look after yourself and heal, then you will get to the point where you are incapable of supporting them. At which point, they'll have to do it all themselves. So it's better to say to them, I can give you part-time support and care with these boundaries, or you can work me like a mule for the next year, and then I will absolutely burn out, and then you're on your own forever. Absolutely, the most important word is no, and to mean it, and to be okay with meaning it. That is absolutely okay. It is absolutely okay to say, no, I can't do that, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'm not available on that day. I hope you can get the support you need or the help you need. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I need to heal, or I need to, I'm not available that day, and just end it there. You don't need to give excuses or reasons. You can just say no. Unfortunately, I would love to help you. I can help you the following day, or I can help you next week. I'm not available on that day. I'm sorry. You do need to learn to say no going forward and give yourself some space. It's alien to put yourself first, though. It is just who you are, the first to give hugs and hold others. Well, you've also got to be able to accept hugs and be held. You can't pour from an empty cup. You really can't. Trust me. I hit that burnout. I really did. Yep. No is a magic word. The more magic word than please. Oh, my darling. This makes me sad. You always tuck your sadness away, cry in the shower, dry your eyes, and come out ready to care for others. What about you? What about your care needs? You need those hugs. You need it. Why shouldn't Grumpy see that you cry? Why shouldn't Grumpy see that you cry? It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel that, do you know what? You're at your end of your tether. It's okay to feel that. It's normal. No, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. Because you know what will happen to that attic? Before you know it, the joist will have rotten and the ceiling will fall through. And all of those emotions will be everywhere. Out of all their little boxes, out of their filing cabinet, out of whatever order you've put them into, out of their locked boxes, they will just come cascading out, and you will be... Have you ever seen the Star Trek episode Trouble with Tribbles? It's a famous meme where Kirk opens a hatch and he's just covered with these furry little hamster type things that are called Tribbles. That will absolutely be you, but instead of Tribbles, it'll be all your emotions, all your sadness, all your grief, all your loss, everything will just come flooding out, and that's when that's where you're in danger of drowning and being washed away by the sea. Eventually, something has to give, and it won't be your emotions. They will not disappear. When you put them up in that attic, they do not fade away. They sit there and they boil and they mutate. And then one day, if you don't deal with them, they will absolutely crash your ceiling, come flooding down, and you will then have no choice but to deal with them. Honestly, 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 honestly. Yeah, you've got this, my darling. You've honestly. You're not a silly old dormouse. You're an amazing human being with a heart as big as the bloody add big thing here. Severn Bridge. Is that a big? Is that a big bridge? Don't know what that is. Why is it the Severn Bridge? Why isn't it like the 6th bridge or the 8th bridge? Why is it number 7? I don't understand. As big as the San Francisco Bridge. There you go. Golden Gate Bridge. That's a big thing. As big as the Great Wall of China. If that makes sense. Yeah. Right. Hopefully, my darling, hopefully that helps, Dormouse. Listen. Oh my God, I'm about to say a nice thing. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? My life is enriched by the interactions that you have given me on my channels and to Rufus, and the support and love that you have given us. So if you need to cry, if you need to vent, message me. I will give you my phone number. Give me a ring. Honestly, if you keep bottling all this up and shoving it in your attic, eventually your ceiling will cave in and you will be neither use nor ornament to anyone. Honestly, my darling, you are a lovely, genuine, caring, compassionate, wonderful human being. You give so much. I see your posts on the Slimming World channels. I see you commenting on everybody from Back to Basics through to Shell, through to Jane, through to everyone. Leanne, everyone. I see all your comments. You are so supportive and so caring and generous with your time and your good wishes and your support for everybody. It's okay to ask that some of those people support you in return, especially the people close to you. Reach out. Reach out. Honestly, my darling. I'm going to call it there, everybody. I'm not going to try and rush through another reading. It has been an emotional couple of hours. It was an emotional members only. We had a fun stream on my, I guess, my main channel it has become, which is called Beyond Authentic Health. That, oh, by the way, thank you for that. I didn't comment on that because I'm not very good at accepting compliments. It's something I am learning to work on, but thank you very much for your kind words. It does mean a lot. But it's been an emotional day today. I have gone to a very exciting event looking at Legos, and then I've streamed for an hour and a half with my other half, and then I've streamed for an hour for the members, and now I've streamed for nearly 2 hours here. I am now calling time, and I am practicing what I preach, and I'm saying no more. I could rush through somebody else's reading and it wouldn't be fair to you, and it certainly wouldn't be fair to me, so I'm not going to do that. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me here on this channel. You are all an amazing community. If you didn't get a reading today, please do hit that subscribe button, dong your bell, because I will be back on Sunday. I may well try and do a reading, try and do a session midweek. Depends how I'm feeling, depends how my health is going. No, listen, do not say this. Do not say this. This was my decision to spend this time on you. At the bare minimum. Oh, you're making me angry now, Dormouse. Never apologise for taking up space and taking up air. This was my choice to do this reading for you because it felt important. As soon as your name popped up, it felt important that this reading happened. You, my darling, are worth every single second of this time, and thousands and millions and billions more. You really are. You are genuinely one of the nicest people I've had the privilege of getting to know. So thank you. But please never apologise for taking up time on the channel. Honestly. And with that, my darling, I am going to say thank you very much. Thank you, Melinda. Absolutely. I am going to. The doggos are going to have some hugs. I'll email you, Dormouse. I'm not going to say when. I'm not going to promise you it's tonight or tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm probably going to be in recovery mode. But I will absolutely email you. Thank you for asking a question tonight. It felt like that was really important. I don't know why. I'm not crying, you're crying. I don't know why. I'm having a wave of very, very genuine emotion. So I'm going to end the stream here because I've got a lot of mascara on and I don't want it to run all down my face. I know, right? So I am going to go. Listen, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you to the members that allow me to keep doing this on this lovely channel. You allow me the software, you allow us to make donations to the PDSA and the cancer charity. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to our members. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of our subscribers on this channel. We're nearly at 1,500. Can you believe that? That is bonkers. Thank you very much to everybody who subscribes. Thank you to the mods, the most amazing bunch of people anywhere you are going to find, anywhere in the whole of the YouTube meta space. They are a wonderful bunch of people and I love them all dearly. And thank you to you for watching, and I will see you on another stream. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, as in stay true to yourself, stay authentic, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Have a lovely week. Bye bye.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!